Every single person who rapped in the Arab region, like Malika says, like when she started, there's no blueprint. There's nobody rapping in Arabic. How am I going to do this? And of course, our culture is not that embracing in the beginning. They're like, why are you dressed like that? Why are you rapping like that? What are you saying? What the hell? Why are you?
The yo-yo people. They used to call us the
yo-yo people. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to have you here. And welcome to the History of Arabic Hip Hop session, from old school to the new wave. I'm Moe Hamzeh. I'm Executive Director of Talent Development and Regional Arabic Music at MDLBEAST Records. A round of introduction. Freek, please introduce yourself.
I'm an artist, a director, and I'm a fan of music. I make drill, trap, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, really.
Music.
Music in general. And yeah, that's about it, really.
Malikah.
Hey everyone, I'm Malikah. I'm a rapper.
Queen of Arab hip hop, stand up.
I don't even know how you're gonna introduce yourself, صراحة.
I'm gonna say.
I've been in the game for a while, since 2001. I'm technically one of the founders of Arabic hip hop, and I'm more into boom bap. I'm old school.
Old is gold. Abyusif.
Hi, my name is Yusuf, and I play the guitar. That's fact. But I do rap also. Well, man, I'm so lucky to be here with Freek, Malikah, these icons, and with you, of course. And I'm really glad to be here. And yeah, let's get started.
It's good to have you at XP, and thanks for coming. Okay, we're gonna start with the early beginnings. So I'm gonna, we talk about that question or topic. This is not a Q&A, it's just discussion, fun. We're gonna have fun. So where did you first get your rap music from? And this goes to all of you, and each artist, please, left to right.
I think it's a mixture of a lot of things, to be honest. Like, at the beginning, I think, for me, I'll speak myself, I don't think I ever wanted to just do rap music in general. Before I even wanted to pick up a mic, I was a fan of every artist that coming from a region. I was lucky to be around a diverse country, so I understood everything that coming from the Levant. I understood everything that was coming from the Egyptian scene and Morocco and so on. So I was kind of a student to what was happening in the early 2000s. And then I think my mixture of music in general, my metal background, my reggae, and my hip-hop background just got me to do this mixture of drill and trap and Arabic lyrics, and that's about it, really.
But at the time, of course, there's no streaming platform, so
yes, I think our early, I'll speak about the Khalij in general. Like, I think we were the more underground that anyone can see, and it was just going through forums. Everything was going into forums. Forums were like the dungeon for all rappers, and the fan base are there. People were getting close to 500,000 streams and million streams just from the forums, and no one can monetize from it. No one wanted to monetize from it. I think the bigger scene was scared of just touching that because it was taboo to touch it. So I think a lot of talent grew up from there. There's legends like Easy here. We saw him doing magic in forums, and a lot of us witnessed it. And I'm lucky to see him doing his thing still from those days until now. So because he saw both worlds.
Awesome. Malikah.
I started when I was 16, and in Lebanon, I think it was natural for hip-hop to grow in countries like Lebanon and Palestine, because really hip-hop is all about expressing yourself, especially if you feel oppressed or if you're going through hardship. And in Lebanon, it picked up very quickly in the early 2000s, actually in the late 90s and early 90s. But I mean, in the early 2000s, there was like a bigger movement. I loved hip hop, but there was nobody to teach us anything or to show us how to do it. I remember we used to meet in downtown and just cypher, and there would be break dancers and graffiti artists and beatboxers, and we would just like stay there for hours just rapping. For me as a woman, it was also a bit tricky because there was this bad image about being in music, especially hip hop. And also given the fact that hip hop was foreign for my parents, they were firmly against it. So, but I loved it so much that I think it was the one time where I properly lied to my parents. So they told me to stop doing music, and I kept doing it. So when the time came and I had to perform, I would go on stage and cover my face and perform with a hat completely covering my face so that nobody can know who I am, and then quickly change my clothes and stand in the crowd, and people would tell me about that girl that was on stage. So it was a long journey, and it was back in the MySpace days, and I'm very happy to see hip-hop growing that much now.
Awesome. Abyusif.
Well, I'm from the lucky generation that learned from you guys. I came up. There was, of course, from Dam, from Tamer Nafar, Suhail Nafar, of course, the 961 Malika, RGB,
Represent.
all that, bro. Ed Abbas, bro, like, and Egypt. We had the Alexandrians, Y Crew, Omar Boflot, Shaheen, these people in Cairo, Arabian Nights from MC Amin, Sphinx, Deep, Yasser Afreed, God rest his soul, Allah yarhamu, one of my biggest influences. I'm not just saying that, like, I do rap like him. And I was lucky enough to, I was a metalhead, and then metal started getting really boring, and like they started singing like, you know, pop music and like dressing like pop music, skinny jeans. So I started getting into rap, and then I looked at all these Arab rappers. I was like, oh my God, what is that? I want to do that. And then I started trying to do that, and I did it.
But metal before that, I know that as well, right?
Yeah. That's my true love.
Metalhead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this gets me to the question, like, I mean, who were these rappers that gained notoriety at the time? And basically you said that, and your influencers.
Yeah.
So,
I could not have been here without all these names, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I've not mentioned. I mean, there's a lot more I can think now, but I don't want to go into that. But there's a lot. It's every single person who rapped in the Arab region, like Malikah says, like when she started, there's no blueprint. There's nobody rapping in Arabic. How am I going to do this? And of course, our culture is not that embracing in the beginning. They're like, why are you dressed like that? Why are you rapping like that? What are you saying? What the hell? Why are you
The yo-yo
shouting?
people. They used to call us
The yo-yo people. Yeah.
the yo-yo.
So,
yeah.
yeah,
But
so-
again, just 2000, because again, my question, I remember there were in Beirut, Virgin Mega Store, because I used to work there, we used to get hip hop albums and, you know, even putting Arabic hip hop section and getting artists to come and do showcases. And this gets me to the point, like, then what were the issues then and that you faced, and you know, and what was the scene like? So how would you
No, for me, no issues. For me, it was easy. I think Malika will be top, because me and Freek, I think we're lucky to come up in an era where.
Of course. Like I remember. I'll never forget that day. I always tell Malika, like, I think I saw Malika when she was so young. I'm telling you, like 2001. I saw her in LBC, and she was rapping in one of those, like, it was Zaven, I think.
Zaven.
I'm Arab or not that one? No,
I don't know
I'm
if it's
Arab.
Zaven. Crazy. I was like, bro. And like, it's always been like look at these creatures we have in the show. It was like, let me introduce you guys. And that's what.
We were a zoo.
Exactly, yeah. And like, the TVs, I think that's how they reacted to us, the disturbing. Yeah, we disturbed the scene.
Actually,
we have these creatures.
I mean, that show in particular, I
National
remember.
Geographic. And this Homo sapien, this yo-yo Homo sapien is now doing the mating dance.
And like, this is, for us, it was like, okay, cool. If you know it, you know it. But like, it was like they disturbed the scene first until it became all right. There's always need to be a disruption.
Exactly, that my point is, like, what subculture emerged out of that? And this is to you because I remember that show, Zavan, I think on LBC. It's also a period they were talking about metal and putting bands into like interrogation and Satanism and all this. So they did this show on TV talking also about this subculture of rap and hip hop and these extraterrestrial people coming and So I mean, so what other culture emerged out of this? Again, maybe like you said, the graffiti, how did that work? Breakdance, beatbox, battles. Can you tell us more about this at the time?
Wow, I think Malikah should speak about.
Yeah, in the early beginnings, it was very much because we were few and because nobody was giving us a chance. Like we had no producers, no venues to perform at. There was no social media. I feel very old now, but like. But yeah, so we were very limited. However, even though we were very limited, it was the time where hip-hop was true to its source. It was truly a culture. You would see all the elements of hip-hop. You had that breakdancer, you had that graffiti artist. We were all doing it for the real reasons of hip-hop, of expressing ourselves, of representing our people. And we were a very strong community, so we would always help each other, always spend time together. But it took us a long time to get any support. I mean, we really had to struggle facing the culture that was not accepting us, but also there was no infrastructure whatsoever. So by the time we had our first concert, it was maybe like 5 years after us really trying so hard. You could not record music because it wasn't like now. You had to go to a proper studio. So it's amazing that it's very expensive and not reachable. Like you could not. Who exactly? Who are you? So, but I mean, we worked hard. We kept true to ourselves, and we kept representing until things started to move. And the main thing that changed everything for us was social media or the internet. And it's because we were in Lebanon doing our thing, and we had our scene, and that was in Ramallah and Palestine. There was a scene, but we never knew about each other. We never knew that also there was a scene in Egypt. And when MySpace came in, we suddenly discovered each other. We started talking to each other. We started collaborating, and I believe this is what really helped hip hop to start growing in the region.
The connection and the network. And this gets me to the question about how have cities like Ramallah, Beirut influenced the current and soundscape, or at the time even, of hip-hop? So
yeah, I mean, they used to always call Beirut the boogie down. So it was like, I think in the beginning it was mostly Ramallah and Beirut that they were the source of hip-hop. And I hear a lot of my rapper friends from Egypt and other countries, they tell me, like, we used to see what you were doing and then try to do what you're doing. You want to tell us more about that? Tell us, I want to hear.
We watched them all on there was the Hip Hop Na show and Betel Hip Hop and all these things, and we'd look and we watched them, and I remember even looking at the Malikah artworks, just the artworks, they look legit, like they just, and then also there was there's a part where you are collaborating together and you were doing the Arabian Nights with all that. So we learned from them, and the first time we ever saw there was Jaffa Phonics. You remember Jaffa Phonics? They were a band from Ramallah, I think, and they were two guys, and they were doing sounds like the Prodigy, but they're rapping on it like Hizzul Ardaf. I remember that bar.
Do you remember Ramallah Underground?
Of course, man. Ramallah boycott and Abyusif.
Yes.
Of course. Ramallah Underground. There was Qita' Beirut, Aks Al-Sir, of course Dam, Islam Jawad. There was the key first initial round of rappers that were already. I was also learning from them,
Zaven was those people on Zaven.
Islam
on
Jawad
2001.
guys, cool. Again, so what was it like to pursue rap as a dominant genre? I mean,
As a career or
as a career, yeah.
Genre. I think a career is it's probably one of the most difficult thing to pave the way for, I don't know, family, the mediocre way of living in Watan al-Arabi, and just have a full-time job and that's it. Especially in our alone, like the genre we do. I think Tarab was always been structured. I think hip hop was kind of like, oh, you'll always do it just as a hobby. It will never be something you'll do full time. And I think it's just time. It needed time. I think it needed quality music coming from everywhere. I think it just affected like people. What Abyusif is doing in Egypt affected us in Khalij, and what Malikah.
This gets me to the question:
Do you know what I
when
mean?
do you consider the scene have reached its current popularity?
I think.
Seen has reached this purpose.
Did,
I mean,
did it reach?
when do you consider the scene reached its current
Current
popularity? Yeah, Abyusif.
والله سؤال صعب صراحة
كلكم,
يعني.
it's for you, all of you.
No, I think it was a completely gradual climb. I was just thinking of something right now. Just it's not off topic. It's the same thing, but you know that there could have been rappers from the 80s and from the 90s and 2000s. They did not. They got old before it became famous, and we don't know their names. Like now we know a lot. We know all of us, but I'm sure that there are people that we don't know their names, and they were really good, but there was no ears, and like. They had to get a desk job and let go and like, you know, so this just came to mind now how crazy, like, I'm sure there's like 60, 50-year-old, 45-year-old rappers now, and you're never gonna hear them, and they had to give up, but at least they're watching us and they're like, okay, you guys go, like you get it, you know what I mean?
I mean, it was a dream for us.
It is.
Saraha. This is what's happening today is what we used to dream of back
Yeah.
in our days. We dreamt of this, but we had doubts that it would reach that point. So for us, when we see it now, we're so happy. Sometimes we're like, I wish I started now, you know? But it's a dream come true. And we never thought we could get to this level.
Do you think the international growth of hip hop affected our region as well? Like, because hip hop, early 2000, the growth of, you know, it became a mainstream genre. We can't just.
I have an unpopular opinion about that.
Just tell me.
I think that when Kylie Jenner dated Travis Scott, that changed rap music. I know, but it's actually true because it made rap. You look at rappers like football players, and from that era, of course, music is like, I'm not regarding that, but it made rap music more famous to the commercial people, so it became famous. Yeah, it's an unpopular opinion. I know. I'm sorry. It's my opinion.
Yeah, but
I think it's true.
yeah. But I think also I think there's an important point also to keep in mind that, yes, of course, when American hip hop became bigger and bigger, it did help in terms of training the ear to listen to hip hop, because you can't just listen to hip hop and get it straight away. You have to train your ear to listen to the lyrics and the music. That doesn't come naturally. So yes, it did help us, but there was always this thought of, yeah, but you're Arabic hip hop. It's something else.
Yeah, that would get me to the point. I mean,
Yeah.
Arabic hip hop and the topics you tackled and what sort of, talk about. And just tell me about it. I mean, how do you see that? Because also, we can't compare to the Western hip hop culture, which had certain, I mean, if you go to old school versus, when all the other
give it
came
to you
up.
from a purchase point, from a completely corporate standpoint. Now, when you make a show, when you make a concert, you sell tickets, right? So let's say you want to have 10,000 people in attendance. Probably 2,000 core hip hop fans, 2,000 fans of this artist. They don't know what rap is. They just love Malikah. I love Malikah. I don't know what rap is, but I'm into her music and I like her lyrics, and it represents me. Do I listen to rap? No, but I like this artist.
Yeah.
Another 2,000 is the core audience. 6,000 are the Kylie Jenners. That's what I mean.
I think even, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
true.
they were gonna go to a
It's true.
techno show or a house show. Now they're coming to rap because rap. I gotta rap. If I'm not into rap, I'm not cool. But I just have to,
Bro, like, I think
emphasize that point.
Even a lot of people that listen to Abio never listen to English music. Like, some of them don't know Drake. Like, even for Khalid, some of them like in UAE don't even know, like, they don't listen to Arabic, like they don't listen to English music at all. They're like, oh, we only love Arabic rap, we only love the Khaliji rap, like, and that's kind of more difficult because now you actually got a whole generation just living from the music, like that coming from the local scene. It's crazy.
So that's very important because, again, it's important about our culture and, keeping our roots and Arabic and topics, etc. But so this gets me to the importance of collaborations, and this network. I mean, how do you see this is affected every one of you or other artists as well? How important do you see this collaboration happening between all the hip-hop artists to collaborate with others from different regions, from GCC to Egypt to North Africa and
I think
Levant?
like social media made it so easier to actually just text anyone, be like, hey, I like your music, and you just open the conversation from there. And like, I think it just depends on an artist. Some people don't have that skills to communicate with people, but at the end of the day, I think if you're a fan of music in general, you would reach out to someone in Morocco or Egypt, anyone في الوطن العربي, because at the end of the day, we all come from the same tree. Yani at the end of the day, yani.
But I think collaboration is key. It's critical for growth. Because let's say I'm a rapper from Lebanon and I want to penetrate Egypt, start having fans in Egypt. It is much easier for me to do a collaboration with Abyusif because he has his following in Egypt. Then I will be introduced to the Egypt fans, and that will allow me to reach more people. So I think there's that aspect that is very important. There's also the second aspect of really creating that community and learning from each other and brainstorming. Because if we brainstorm together, if we work together, we're both learning new things, and then we're becoming better artists from that.
Are we able to say that there's a potential of bridging gap in terms of having like a pan-Arab rap scene versus a subculture and genre, but let's say the North African hip-hop versus the Egyptian hip-hop, or GCC or Khaliji hip-hop or Levant hip-hop? Because I see there's still like subcultures, but do you think there's a potential to bridge this gap between all these scenes?
I think yes, but I believe hip-hop is based on what you experience, what you live, and your subculture as well. I don't think anybody is looking at European hip-hop as one hip-hop.
Yeah.
Mike.
Your microphone.
Thank you.
Supporting your point.
So I think there is beauty. On the contrary, for me personally, I want to see Saudi hip hop become very differentiated from Egyptian hip hop, from Lebanese hip hop, because this is a diversity that we need that will make our hip hop bigger and better and richer.
This gets me to the point. Will it make it sustainable? This is very important. This is the sustainability of the scene and the genre, and having a market. Again, it's
I think I'm not gonna say we reached a different level of monetizing when it comes to music monetization for each artist. I think 10 years ago, I don't think we will be in one place doing panels, having a show, and then, do you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
I think it needed time. And like I said, whoever stayed consistent is here, and whoever is starting now is gonna be in the next shows and the next. Do you know what I mean? And like, it all needed time. And like, unfortunately, like Abiyu said, this like some people just didn't stay consistent to get that flower. You know?
It's sad, but it's true.
And it's gonna get and it's gonna grow. Like my dream is just to see a lot of this, and like we don't really have it once a year. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to go in Egypt, have a panel with Abiyu or with other artists, and
exactly
go to Morocco. Do you know what I mean? Like
how can we get the fans also getting to your fan, to his fans, and
There
Malikah's
definitely
fans?
should be more collaborations, yes.
Yeah.
But
Like-
there is a lot happening, but I wish there was more.
that's what I'm saying.
And not just 2 by 2. Like, I think, to your point, it would be great if we can just meet also, because we're in different countries.
That's the thing. Like I never. That was the first time seeing Abiyu. I know him for 8 years.
Yeah,
And
I
this
hit
didn't happen.
Freek up 8 years ago. Told him I want to do a feature with you. Like 8 years ago, bro.
Thanks to
Right?
XP
Something
then.
like- And we
Middle East.
never met. We never met, bro. So
Never met.
No,
We never met.
you wanna sell it to Middle Beat? No, bro. You gotta pay me. That ain't happening, bro.
And like,
talk
imagine
to my
2 days-
managers, bro. S, bro, plural. But yeah, no. Of course, like the collaboration is everything, because that's how we transcend
Well,
to
we
our.
had that before. Yani, we had tracks, like we had a 25 MC track, a 35 MC track. That's early 2000.
Gladiators.
Gladiators.
I know that. I know that. I know it all by heart. I'm serious, bro. You know the chorus. That's the one, right? See, I know my.
And I wish
history,
there's
bro.
more of that. Now
The
I feel,
story.
but I think it's part of the natural growth of hip hop. But I feel that there's much more, and that's my opinion. As the artist potentially grows and becomes more popular, they might develop more ego. And I feel that there's a bit more tension between artists, less collaborations, less love, less community feeling. We weren't like that. We were one community. Like we would be chilling on the weekend in the studio, doing songs. We would go watch each other's shows, support each other. I would go on tour, take rappers with me to perform with me so they get their exposure. I think we're losing that.
How can we change it and maintain it and keep it going?
More things like this, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
this whole
100%.
event, and having all like panels and just like we're gonna all watch each other's shows, and we get to be in the same place. So like we can go sneak up to a studio and just maybe around, come up with something. So yeah, we need more of this.
And
bro.
I think also more of understanding and remembering what hip hop stands for. Hip hop is about community and unity. And I think a lot of people might be rappers, but they don't know what hip hop is, and there you have a problem. Because you can be hip hop and not be a rapper. That's a culture.
Exactly. So
Beatboxing.
Don't diss my culture.
so how can we make it easier for people to enter the scene?
Made it easy already.
Oh man, it's
You
so
made it
easy now in
You made
comparison
it
to
easy.
what
It's
was
easy
it?
now. It's easy.
We worked
There's no-
hard. We
I don't
worked
think
for
there's
20
excuse
years
now for
to make
anyone
it.
really.
And what sounds, and I wanted to talk, I think we discussed it before, I mean, the importance of folk music in each region and how we can build on that.
I'm not
too.
into that a lot. I feel like
No?
it's no. Yeah, I don't like it when like we're trying to let's try to bring an old Arab sample. If it's not naturally coming on its own, it's contrived. Like what is Arab about our music primarily is our tongue and our lyrics. I don't have to have a doof in my song to be Arab. I am Arab and I carry myself as an Arab in any beat I'm on. So if the producer likes this sample of whoever, of Abdul Halim Hafiz, for example, if he likes the song, sample it. But don't sample it just because you want to. What is that? You know what I mean? Like, just,
I'm not talking
You know
about
what I
maybe
mean?
the
Like, it's
pop
just not-
culture, but I'm talking more on I would say there's already a form of old hip hop in our cultures.
Yeah, Zajal,
Let's say
of
Zajal in
course.
Lebanon, in Egypt. It was there, but in a different form and a different, packaging, I would say. But that maybe, I mean, like even the Mahraganat thing, that how it influenced the new
Bro,
hip hop sound.
Mahraganat
No?
are the cheat code that helped rap music in Egypt. Like everybody, like the rappers in Egypt, they be like, no, we're not like we're high. No, we are eating off of their plate, and
Exactly.
and they, and they are the true hip hop for me. I feel like they are the true hip hop as what it's supposed to be. That's what it is. Hip hop is you have like a couple of stones, you put them together, you make whatever, you make a car, So that's what Mahraganat did. They come from a noisy area. They took that noise and they created something from it. So yeah, shout out to the
That's
Mahraganat, bro.
100%. 100%.
Shout out to Mahraganat people.
It is the.
They're making money, they're good,
I think
bro.
Egypt is the only country that had that like evolved hip hop, just like the UK had grime, etc. Egypt has Mahraganat. Like you can clearly see that there's inspiration from Mahraganat comes from Shabi and hip hop together. If you see them dancing, they're breakdancing. Mahraganat, they're breakdancers.
Exactly.
Which is amazing to watch that and watch how hip hop has become part of the Egyptian culture on such a deep level.
It needs to be. It's anything that comes from, like, it's a street culture, sir. It's a street art, and it's street
And
art.
how do you see this evolving in other regions? And where do you see other upcoming cities that will become influential in the hip hop culture?
Shout out Sudanese hip hop right now. It's
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, it's on a rise and it's on an
100%.
ascend, and we see you guys, and we're so inspired, and just keep going, because I think every while when you were talking about how centralizing it and like it should all be Arab rap, I think the cheat code is like for a while, you know, like this area has been doing it, and then like they go a little stagnant, they become commercial. So this area is starting to do it, and then so like every while, I think a city saves hip hop. You know what I mean? كل شوية في scene عربي scene ما يعني بينقذ البتاع كله على بعض. يعني right now, what's happening with Sudani hip hop, it's helping all of us because, you know, like it doesn't matter where it's coming from, but it's got to come from somewhere, and that somewhere's got to be represented. That's why I feel if it's Arab hip hop, it's gonna it's got to be like, you know, like this is the Lebanese hip hop. This is from Dubai. This is from Cairo.
Exactly, yeah. This is how it is even in the States and the UK. Like people know that's from Manchester, that's Birmingham, that's London, that's Atlanta, that's Chicago, that's New York. It needs to be like that.
So the thing is that we keep the identity of these subcultures and sub-regions, but the idea is how we can make it cross over to other regions and get it to the other audiences, right?
I think for me, I think it's happening right now as we speak. It's happening. Like people like today, there's a crazy Sudanese lineup, and
yes,
you
please come
tell.
to the showcase.
Yeah, definitely, and like you would see it, and like it's just happening. Sometimes I don't even know how to answer this. I'm like, I'm living it right now. Like this, what he's saying is happening now. It's happening now.
So we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
Like
of
I
course,
think
we're there.
it's just the thing is I don't want to end this panel, so I just kept talking, but it's just happening. It's happening. The collab is happening. I'm meeting people.
Talk
Yeah,
about
this is our
future.
dream come true. Like I can speak for all of us. Like, yeah, I mean, like, if you're like buying clothes out of money you made because you rap, that's crazy. I think that's crazy. That's crazy. And you should like thank God. Like it's, you know, because 10 years ago it's impossible. Like you're working in a call center somewhere, and you finish, and at night you go meet your producer in his mom's house, so you can't play the music too loud. You wait for her to sleep so you can record like this, and it has to be really low and shit.
You have the mattress on the wall
mattress, bro,
for
bro. We all did
soundproofing.
that, bro. Come on, yeah. So yeah.
The idea is how can we grow this genre here? Because again, if we look at numbers, maybe I don't have an accurate number, but from the consumption of all the music in the region, when we talk about local Arabic hip hop, it's not taking over the mainstream pop.
I beg to differ, sir.
I bet to differ as well.
Have you heard of Wigs?
Of course, I mean,
Have you heard of Marwan Pablo? Have you heard of Marwan Musa? Have you heard
Grande
of Afroto?
Toto.
Grand Toto. I'm just naming the ones from my country, but like there's all over the region. The Moroccan hip hop, the Dubai. I mean, no, bro. Like actually, they are now the traditional. And with all due respect to all the traditional Arab artists, I'm a huge fan of Amr Diab. You know, they call them Diabians on the. I was on their fan page. I'm crazy. I love the guy. I love that guy. That guy's a legend. But no, they're trailing behind us now. They're all No. I really think.
I think I've seen even.
Yeah. Arab hip hop is it's.
Arabic,
We got
yeah.
views, bro. We got views.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're taking over.
But even the traditional music are collabing with rappers now, because that's the thing now.
yeah, that's the point. It's like, don't you think should be sort of this mix of a bit pop and getting to the pop scene as well? I mean, when we say mainstream, it doesn't have to be a pop. It can be a mainstream hip hop.
Of course, and that's happening as well. But then sometimes you also see rappers doing afrobeats. Like they're collaborating with some pop artists. They're doing afrobeats. Touché.
No, but I've done 4 Afro songs before. I gotta admit this. I've done it. They didn't release them, but I have them.
But my
They're
point
good.
is that it is mainstream now. It's amazing that to see like I was once in Egypt. I'm doing my nails and they're playing the radio and I hear like 3-4 hip hop songs and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So I think we're there. I think we just need to continue doing it. There should be even more and more releases, more rappers, more female rappers.
Yes.
And we're on the right track.
More venues, more media to support.
More infrastructure. Yes. More
Da.
producers, more managers, more venues.
I think
More money,
it just should be so easy for artists to just have a place and perform. We need to showcase whatever we recorded 2 days ago. I don't think it should be that difficult for us to hit the stage. And it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, I think the club culture is not that maybe like Borra, you have like there's always club.
It's so easy. It's so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
London, call some guy. Listen, 300 people done. It's just the one. You go to one
Intimate
person.
shows.
So
one
this
guy.
should be.
Yeah,
this
I
is-
love shows
You're
that are
done.
more
Yeah,
intimate.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
me
it
too.
just it
The
doesn't
more
have
work-
to be fancy, really.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just
Exactly.
we need speakers, good mic. It can fit people. That's it.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Thanks for Abyusif,
So inspiring.
Malikah, Freek.
Thank you for what you said. It's
Yeah.
really,
Thank you
It means
all.
a lot to us. And
Thanks for XP and Middle Beast.